Hello everyone and welcome back. In this video we'll design a sleek animated button using pure HTML and CSS. We'll place all of our styling in style.css. Here's the plan. Inside the body, we'll add one anchor tag. Give it an empty href for now, followed by the text button. Inside that anchor, we'll add 6 empty span elements. The spans won't hold text. Those spans will become animated lines around the button. In style.css, we'll import the Poppins font from Google Fonts. Next, we'll declare a CSS variable which will hold our color, a vibrant purple. This lets us change the entire button's glow and highlights by editing a single value. Now we'll add a small global reset. Margin 0. Padding 0. Box sizing border box. And Poppins as our default font with a bold weight. Important, we'll use the universal selector, so the rule actually applies to everything. For the body, we'll create a full height canvas and center everything both horizontally and vertically using Flexbox. We'll set minimum height to 100% of the viewport, display to flex, justify content to your center, and align items to center. We'll also stack items in a column and add a comfortable gap in case we preview multiple buttons. Finally, we'll give the page a dark grey background, a deep charcoal tone, to make the glow stand out. Now to the anchor styles. We'll set it to position relative so the spans can be absolutely positioned inside it. We'll choose white text, a readable font size around 1.5 EM, a subtle letter spacing, and remove the underline. For shape, we'll use a rounded rectangle with a soft background, a slightly lighter grey, and add comfortable padding left and right. We'll enable smooth transitions with a half-second duration. We'll also set a slight delay for the base state so hover animations feel sequenced rather than instant. This delay helps the glow lines animate first and the text spacing follow. On hover, we'll switch the text color to our accent variable, increase letter spacing for a premium feel, and apply a gentle text glow using text shadow. We'll also square off the corners by setting border radius to 0 on hover, making the animated lines align perfectly with the edges in the hovered state. For the active state, when the user presses down, we'll give the button a solid accent background and revert the text to white. We'll keep a tiny delay so the press feels snappy but controlled. Each span will be position absolute and displayed as a block. We'll give them the accent background color and a subtle glow via box shadow. We'll also set a default transition on transform so they animate smoothly. Spans 1 and 2 live along the top edge. Both are very thin, about 1.5 pixels tall, and each occupies half the button's width. Initially, we'll scale them to 0 on the x-axis so they are invisible. Span 1 sits on the left and grows from left to right. Span 2 sits on the right and grows from right to left. On hover, we'll flip their transform origins so they appear to draw towards the outer corners, creating that center-out reveal. The result is a crisp line racing across the top edge in both directions. Spans 3 and 4 form the vertical edges. They're also thin, about 1.5 pixels wide, and stretch the full height of the button. We'll scale them on the y-axis from 0 to 1. Initially, they're collapsed at the bottom. On hover, we switch the origin to the top so they grow upwards, as if the sides are being drawn downwards to meet the bottom edge. Spans 5 and 6 mirror the top behaviour along the bottom edge. They're each half the width, very thin, and start at scale x0. We'll delay them a bit more so the animation feels staged. Top lines first, then sides, then bottom lines. On hover, they draw out from the centre to the corners, completing a full glowing frame around the button. Timing sells the effect. The top lines animate immediately, the sides follow after roughly 0.4 of a second, and the bottom lines after about 0.8. That cascading sequence gives the illusion of the button activating in layers. We're keeping a consistent half-second transition for the transforms. You can tweak the easing function if you want bounce or a softer ease out, but a standard ease keeps it professional and snappy. Because we're using relative units for text EM, the button scales nicely with user settings. To retheme the button, you'll only change the CSS variable. Try teal, electric blue, or neon green. The glow, text, hover color, and animated borders all follow that single variable, so recoloring is instant. We've set cursor to pointer to signal interactivity. The generous horizontal padding improves the hit area, making the button easier to click on touch devices too. If you found this helpful, do like and subscribe. Drop your preferred accent color in the comments, and I'll share a few curated palettes you can plug straight into that CSS variables. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.